Hello, and welcome to day 3 of The Courage to Begin. I really hope that you are enjoying this audio journey thus far. And today we are diving into the space between, the uncomfortable middle. It's when the old chapter is over, but the new chapter hasn't fully arrived. So we're going to work on how to trust uncertainty and remain grounded during transition. So this is really a mindset game. And as I mentioned, this audio experience is a cross between motivation and meditation. It allows you to ask powerful questions that prompt deep change. So as we begin, take a slow breath in and gently exhale. Allow yourself to arrive here right now. There is nowhere you need to be, nothing you need to solve. Just be in this moment. Just this breath. Take another slow breath in and then exhale. Today, I want to talk about a place that most people spend their lives trying to avoid. It's the space between, the uncomfortable middle. The place where the old chapter is over and the new chapter hasn't fully arrived. It's a really strange place to be because part of you knows that you can't go back. There is no going back. That door has closed. But another part of you isn't quite sure how you move forward. So it's like this weird suspended space. And you find yourself standing between two versions of your life because you're between who you were and who you're becoming. It's between certainty and possibility, endings and beginnings. So take a breath. Take a breath with me right here and realize that most people think this space means something is wrong. They think that I should know by now what's going on. I should have this all figured out. I should be further along in my journey. I should have more clarity. But what if this space isn't a mistake? It's a powerful learning playground. It's actually part of the process. So think about a beautiful sunrise. There's this period of time when it's no longer nighttime, but it isn't fully day either. And the sky, it gradually changes. The light arrives slowly, beautiful morning dawn light. And nobody stands outside demanding that the sun hurries up. They don't go, oh my God, I've been waiting. I'm looking at my clock. I've got somewhere to be. Because nature understands transition. There's something very powerful to learn from this. It understands timing. It understands becoming and unfolding in the seasons of our lives. And yet when it comes to our own lives, we often expect instant answers. Instant certainty, instant transformation. And when those things don't arrive immediately, we assume we've done something wrong. But perhaps you're not doing anything wrong. Have you ever considered that? Perhaps you're simply in the middle. So take a breath. The middle can feel uncomfortable because the old identity is no longer fully true. The old habits, those patterns, the old expectations, the old story, they don't fit the way they once did. And yet the new version of you isn't fully established either. You're still discovering who you are, still growing into the person that you know that you're meant to be. You're still learning how to think in new ways, how you move, how you trust, how you create. And this is the space where becoming happens. It's not the beginning, it's not the end. It's just here. It's just here right now in the uncertainty. I'm going through it right now in my own life as I'm recording The Courage to Begin. I've been through this cycle so many different times in my life. So many different times. And so I invite you to take another slow breath and then consider something. What if uncertainty and not knowing what's next isn't the enemy? What if uncertainty is actually evidence that growth is occurring? Think about that. I mean, that's a wild concept. That every time we feel uncertain, that we pair it up in our minds with, oh, I must be growing. My life must be moving forward. And after all, every meaningful transformation involves a period where we don't know exactly what comes next. A new relationship, a new business, a new creative project, a new city, a new chapter. And they all require stepping into territory that you've never navigated before. I've never done this before is something that you might say a lot of the time. And by definition, that means uncertainty. So the challenge isn't necessarily learning how to eliminate uncertainty. The challenge is learning how to remain grounded within it as you navigate through it in this in-between period. It's how to trust yourself while still the answers are unfolding and how to stay present while the future is still being written. How to continue moving forward without demanding certainty first. I must have the net before I take a leap. Because certainty is often a luxury we don't receive until after we've already taken action. So take another breath. We're going to go into a visualization exercise, a mini one. Imagine yourself standing on a bridge somewhere. Behind you is the chapter that's ending, and ahead of you, well, that's the beginning. And beneath your feet is the bridge itself. And the bridge isn't your destination, but it serves a very important purpose. It carries you from one place to another. The space between is your bridge. You aren't meant to be there forever, but you are meant to learn something while you're crossing it. And these are the magnificent things that tend to manifest as understanding throughout this process. Things like patience and trust, resilience, presence, self-belief. A lot of the meditations that I outlined in my book, Dear Universe 365, there are correlating meditations with these feelings to process the hidden gifts within uncertainty. So take a breath. And what if you stopped asking yourself, when will I know? And instead start asking, what is this season teaching me? What is this season teaching me? What if you stopped trying to rush the process? What if you allowed yourself to trust that clarity is unfolding even when you can't see it? That you have these beautiful, incredible, powerful, hidden helpers behind the scenes. This incredible force that animates all that is, whether you call that God or the universe or divine intelligence. Because often life is working beneath the surface long before the results become visible. Just like roots growing beneath the ground before the flower appears. Or just like dawn arriving before the sun fully rises. Just like the person you're becoming taking shape before the evidence arrives. So take another slow breath in and exhale. And just remember, you don't need to have all of the answers today. You don't need to know exactly where this is going. You don't even need to see the entire path. You only need enough to trust for the next step. And as we close today's session, I want to leave you with another question, one to carry with you. I want you to carry this with you. I want you to reflect on it and write it down. What if uncertainty isn't a problem to solve, but a place to grow? Sit with that. Allow it to unfold as it needs to, because you're not lost, you're not behind, you're not doing it wrong. You're just crossing that bridge between who you've been and who you're in the process of becoming. So take one final breath in and then slowly exhale. This is the time to trust the process, to trust the timing of your manifestations, and to ultimately trust yourself. I look forward to seeing you in day 4.